Right, so here we have the JSP accessing the data directly, right, and reading from the data model what are the lists of websites. It's not too bad, but ideally it would be a control layer who would be responsible for this, right? To say, you know, who should where should I go fetch the data, who needs it, right, and then provide the data to the front end for rendering purposes, right? So to do that, we're going to use we're going to introduce a new layer here called servlets. So servlets are meant to intercept incoming HTTP requests from some client, and then deciding who's going to handle those events. Right? The events could be HTTP gets, HTTP posts, HTTP puts, deletes, and whatnot. And its responsibility is to interpret these incoming requests into some modification of the data model. Right? Presumably, posts would be creating new data. Get would be reading existing data. Put would be modifying existing data. Delete would be removing data. And then providing whatever modifications of that data to whoever needs it for rendering. Okay, so let's declare here a new servlet. There we go, a servlet, and we'll put it under let's see, lectures.jdbc.controllers. That's the package name, and this will be maybe the controller for websites, right? So this will be website. Okay, so we'll say finish, and it generates a boilerplate implementation, and it tells us that this is tied to the URL, incoming URL from any client / website. If you type, you know, URL at the URL localhost blah 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 / website, this will handle it, right? And you can send various HTTP methods. You can send the URL / website, but with a get, and this will execute. If you send a post, then this will execute, and you can handle all sorts of requests: puts, deletes, posts, gets, right? All of them. Right. So let's handle just the get here. Let's just run this to see what it looks like. Right, the default implementation. If I run this on the server, right, what will happen is that it will render this right here. It'll say served at, and then the context path. Right. Let's see what this looks like. So let's where's our servlet? Let's see. Resources, where's our servlet? There it is. Okay, oops. I'm going to say run as on the server. There it is. So that's how we got there. See that? That's the context of the application is the name of the project, right? It's CS5200 lecture, and then /website. So that /website is mapped to that one get request, okay, which is right here. So we're getting this right here. To make it just a little easier to swallow this, I'm just going to remove this append. I'm just going to say hello from here. I'm going to say h1 hello from website servlet, and then h1. Okay. This restarts the server, and I should be able to just refresh this, and it literally wrote that. Okay, so it's interpreted as text. It's not interpreted as HTML. So probably the default content type is just text. Right, so let's change that. So response.set content type. And we'll change it to text HTML. So that's a different MIME type that will force the browser to interpret this as HTML, not the literal text. Okay, so that restarts. It has auto deploy. Let's refresh this. Okay, so now interpret this as just plain old HTML. All right, so now what we want to be able to do, so this is receiving events, right, requests from the outside world. Here's where we would use our DAO, perhaps rewritten to use our context, right, our index context. So let's get a hold of the DAO here. We can say import, and we called it lectures.jdbc. Oops. Sometimes it's annoying that it okay, I won't save, so it doesn't redeploy. So JDBC dot DAO. Now what do I call it? JDBC. Did I call it JDBC.dao? Where's my DAO? Is my DAO? I thought I called it this.
Oh, you.
Oh, okay, singular. Singular. Dot. DAO. There we go. Okay. Okay, now that I have the DAO, we can, for instance, go back and say that we want to fetch that, right? So website DAO, WDAO equal new website DAO, and retrieve here the list of websites, right? So this would be array list of websites from the DAO dot find all websites. And now I have the array list there, and retrieve it from here. And this this returns what? Change type to array. What? Wait, type is man. Can I array list Java lecture model? Oh, it thinks the servlet. I don't want the servlet. No, this is so change it to that. Yes, there we go. Yeah, I should have named the servlet something else, like website controller or something. Yeah, it would have been a better name. All right, so now that we have that, we can just display here. Oh, gosh. We can just display it from here. Right? We can just say system.out.println and just say websites. And when we hit it, hopefully, we should see in the console. There it is, right? So it is hitting it, right? It is hitting in there, and then going out and retrieving it and displaying it, right? The next step would be to put it make it available for the JSPs, and I'll leave that for later.